Hi, I'm Jack from legalexpert.co.uk, and today I'm going to be taking a look at Malleus bone injury recovery. It's important that you know you may be entitled to free private medical treatment for a Malleus bone injury or severe head injury from a specialist local to your area. Also, if needed, you could receive guidance and advice from one of our panel of specialists who might suggest seeing an ear, nose and throat specialist for further examination and tests to heal quicker. Now, as no two injuries are the same, speaking to a private specialist without having to worry about any hefty medical fees could make all the difference in terms of your recovery. Now, if you've had an accident that was not your fault, you could qualify for free Malleus bone fracture or infection treatment from a specialist in your local area. Contact us to see if you're eligible for free private treatment from an ear, nose and throat specialist. That may also include having x-rays and a CT scan taken by calling our free phone helpline on 0800 652 7676. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we offer a no-win, no-fee service. We're also going to be going over some of the steps that we recommend you take, as well as looking at information provided by the NHS in regards to dealing with an injury involving your Malleus bone. If you have any questions or requests, let us know in the comments, and if you like this video, please do hit that thumbs up button, as this will help us see what type of content people find helpful. If you're suffering from an injury to your Malleus bone following an accident or incident that wasn't your fault but was down to the negligence of others, you should bear in mind that you may be entitled to compensation. In order to bring a claim for compensation, we recommend that you speak to a personal injury claims specialist that has experience in dealing with Malleus bone compensation claims. You may qualify for free private treatment if the circumstances which has led to you suffering from an injury to your Malleus bone was down to the negligence of others. You won't be expected to pay anything up front, and we'll ensure that all costs are covered if you decide to bring a claim with us. So call our free phone helpline on 0800 652 7676 in order to find out if you're eligible, or visit our around-the-clock live chat service at legalexpert.co.uk. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can speak to us whenever you'd like. The Malleus bone is a hammer-shaped bone which forms part of the middle ear, which connects with the incus and is attached to the inner surface of the eardrum. It transmits the sound vibrations from the eardrum to the incus. Now, if you've been involved in an accident which has resulted in damage to one or both of your Malleus bones, like a sudden impact to your head or even an infection, it's important that you act quickly so that the odds of you making as full a recovery as possible are as high as they can be. Now, if the incident or accident which involved your Malleus bone resulted in a build-up of bacteria, even just a small amount can result in an ear infection, which can be extremely painful. Now, one of the most common infections following a build-up of bacteria in your middle ear bones is Mastoid Itis. Now, according to nhs.uk, some of the symptoms of Mastoid Itis typically include redness, tenderness and pain behind the ear, swelling behind the ear that can cause it to stick out, discharge from the ear, a high temperature, irritability and tiredness, headache, hearing loss in the affected ear. And they advise that you should see a GP as soon as possible if you or your child have any symptoms of Mastoid Itis, an ear infection that doesn't clear up with treatment or is followed by new symptoms, being diagnosed with Mastoid Itis and treatment hasn't cleared it up. Now, your GP will examine the inside of your ear with an otoscope, a device with a light and magnifying glass. If your GP thinks you have Mastoid Itis as a complication of a middle ear infection, they'll refer you to an ear, nose and throat specialist, that's an ENT, for further examination and tests. Now, this usually includes blood tests and an ear culture, where discharge from the ear is tested for bacterial infection. Now, some children may need to have a CT scan, which uses x-rays and a computer to create a detailed image of the inside of the skull. Mastoid Itis is a serious infection and should be diagnosed and treated quickly with antibiotics. Now, you may need to go to hospital, so antibiotics can be given directly into a vein through a drip. Now, in some cases, surgery may be needed to either drain the middle ear, remove part of the mastoid bone. Now, if you're admitted to hospital for treatment, you'll need to stay in for a few days until the ENT specialists can be sure that the infection is under control. If you've had surgery for Mastoid Itis, you'll probably need to take 1 or 2 weeks off work. Now, take care not to get the affected ear wet. You should be able to wash your hair after about a week, providing you don't get water inside your ear. You should be able to go swimming around 4 to 6 weeks after the operation, depending on how well your ear has healed. Your doctor should be able to give you specific advice after surgery and at any follow-up appointments. So if you've been involved in an accident which has resulted in a Malleus bone injury or infection and you believe that you're entitled to compensation, we'll be more than happy to hear from you. You should bear in mind that if you're successful in your claim for compensation, the cost of any private treatment should be covered, as well as any loss of income from time off work which may be claimed back for when bringing a claim for compensation. If we take your case on, we'll be more than happy to put you in touch with a medical specialist and aim to find you one in your area so that you're not having to go out of your way should you require any further treatment in order to further aid your recovery. Now, they'll be able to go over Malleus bone anatomy and look at Malleus middle ear bone injury recovery with you.
Of course, the circumstances of each incident are never the same, and whether or not you believe you have a valid claim, it's always advisable that you speak to an expert on the matter. So if you'd like further assistance, we are personal injury claim specialists. We offer free, friendly advice on no-win, no-fee compensation claims, so there's not a penny to pay if you lose. Get the maximum compensation that you deserve. We're rated 4.8 out of 5 stars, and we have specialist solicitors with up to 30 years experience. It'll only take just a couple of minutes for our team, who'll be happy to answer any questions you may have to help establish whether or not you have a valid claim. Call now on 0800 652 7676 or visit our live chat service at legalexpert.co.uk.
Don't forget to subscribe, as we'll be uploading helpful videos just like this one on a regular basis. You can also check out one of our recommended videos or head over to legalexpert.co.uk, where you can read community questions on our forum, get free advice from our live chat, read articles and seek assistance for compensation on a no-win, no-fee basis with your personal injury claim.